Nearly 4 months after the disaster, the families of the dead are still waiting for answers. As the Netherlands marks the tragedy with a memorial service and a minute's silence, the frustration among relatives is undiminished. The problem is that the wreckage remains in a war zone. There's the prospect of negotiations with Russia. Some powerful parties have no interest in finding the truth about the crash, while Ukraine remains volatile.
Both sides, in terms of the negotiations and trying to find a settlement over the Ukrainian conflict, would probably prefer to see this report come in later rather than sooner, because certainly from the analysis that I've seen done on the evidence that has been brought out on photographs, the culprit is pretty clear. On the other hand, obviously the Russian side would very much like this story to be forgotten as soon as possible.
The remains of some of the victims are still being flown home, and investigators have only recently reached some areas of the crash site to start to retrieve wreckage during a lull in fighting. Some families in the Netherlands believe their Prime Minister should have been more assertive in pursuing the truth. The Dutch government has refused to deal directly with the rebels who control the site, and it believes its investigators could be endangered. One bereaved parent said, if it had been American or Russian lives, troops would have been sent in. For such a relatively small nation to lose so many lives was bad enough, but many of the Dutch families now feel they're caught in the middle of a propaganda war between East and West. Tim Friend, Al Jazeera.